Hello and welcome to another episode of the Aunty Lisa Show. Boom. Right. Will be a nice story today. Fuego. Yes. Parker. Well, that's handy because they go together very well, actually. Oh, look, Aunty Lisa, Kristoffer and Aleksander. Blinking Nora, who'd have thought it? Right. Next bag of goodies. And an Ankylosaurus. Pew pew. Previously known as a Pura on account of his swishy tail. And this is a box of places. No, random thing. Scooter. That's not that random. Oh no, wrong one. And places. The woods. Could be the spooky woods. I don't know. Maybe. Right. Oh, breathed on it and it's all flown away. One day, Aunty Lisa, Kristoffer and Aleksander decided to go on a spooky walk in the woods. Seemed like a good idea at the time. So, they packed a bag with binoculars, night vision goggles, a torch each, a camera, Mummy and Papa's mobile phones, and Aunty Lisa's mobile phones, some snacks and a drink, and a raincoat just in case. Always important to have your raincoat just in case. Your raincoat just in case. And off they went for a spooky late night walk in the woods. And they were strolling through the woods when all of a sudden Aunty Lisa tripped over. No! She fell flat on her face in a great big muddy puddle. Splash! And she stood up and all mud dripped down like this. And she went, I fell over. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, and Aunty Lisa went, why aren't you helping me? And they said, sorry, Aunty Lisa, sorry. Hang on, wait, just taking a photo. Helping you up now. And they helped her up. And then she looked to see what she'd fallen over. What dastardly thing had tripped up poor Aunty Lisa and got her covered in mud? Well, it was a scooter that had been abandoned in the woods. One of those little scooters that you can just go pew, 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 with one leg on the floor. And she went, well, that's a bit of a result. Yes, I'm covered in mud, but now I own a scooter. Meh. What a day. So she said, well, I think we should carry this home and maybe we can clean it up and we can keep it. I mean, I did fall over it and it has clearly been thrown away in the woods, which is really naughty and counts as littering. So I think we'll do the right thing and we'll take it away with us. So that is what they did. And they carried the scooter with them. And then they came to a clearing in the woods and a great big hill. And Aunty Lisa went, I know it's dark. I realise this is probably a stupid idea, but who dares me to scoot all the way down the hill? And they went, Aunty Lisa, I don't think that's a great idea. What if you fall over again? And Aunty Lisa said, I'm not going to fall over again. I'm a grown-up. I'll be fine. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, okay, but this time we're filming it. So they got out their filming camera thingy on stuff, and they got out their night vision goggles, and put it over the lens so that the camera would film in the dark. That's definitely going to work. And Aunty Lisa went 1, 2, 3, and she scooted down the hill. Oh, ow, ah. That was a terrible idea. I immediately regret doing that. Oh, my head. I should have worn a helmet. What was I thinking? Ow, wee, whoa. Ugh. Aleksander? Kristoffer? Where is everybody? Uh-oh. Aunty Lisa was lost in the woods. It was a disaster. She had fallen not just down the hill, but down a great big hole in the woods that she hadn't seen because it was dark, and she couldn't see that it wasn't just a flat bit of ground. It was a ginormous hole. And she went, help, 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 help. And Aleksander and Kristoffer were like, where's Aunty Lisa gone? Oh no. And they couldn't see her, but they could just about hear, help, help, help. Aleksander and Kristoffer went, oh God, what's happened to Aunty Lisa? I mean, oh goodness, what's happened to Aunty Lisa? So they very carefully walked down the hill, and they found the enormous hole, and they went, Aunty Lisa, are you down this ginormous hole? And Aunty Lisa went, yes I am, and I bumped my head. It really hurts. I think I'm going to have a bruise. And they said, well, Aunty Lisa, that was a really stupid thing to do, to go on the scooter without a helmet, especially at night time where there's a big hole. And Aunty Lisa said, I know, and I didn't know about the big hole. And now we're stuck in the woods, and I'm supposed to look after you. And they said, don't worry, Aunty Lisa, we'll get you out of there. And then they sat down and they thought for a minute, who do we know who might be able to help get Aunty Lisa out of this ginormous hole? So, after a little bit more thought, they said, I know who can help us. Who's got a cool stunt truck who can drive out here super quick and who's always up late at night? El Fuego. So they called up El Fuego. They said, hey, El Fuego. And he said, hey, you guys, how's it going? Wait, my accent's gone wrong. And then they said, well, you sound fine to us. Aunty Lisa's fallen down a hole in the woods. Do you think you could come and help us? And El Fuego said, why, of course I can, you guys. That would be awesome. I can use my new stunt truck. And I think I might see if I can get hold of a stunt trike and a stunt bike. Yes, and a stunt scooter. And then Aleksander and Kristoffer said, no scooters. And El Fuego said, okay, I will get some help. Actually, Parker's here anyway. So me and Parker come down and we'll bring a rope. Okay? Okay, bye. And he was gone. And so El Fuego and Parker set off to the woods in a stunt trike because Parker could sit in the basket on the back of a stunt trike. And El Fuego was like, and they, and Aleksander and Kristoffer were like, oh, I think I can hear them. Gosh, that was quick. Oop, joggled it. And they're right. I said, hey, what's going on then? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, well, Aunty Lisa went on a scooter. She went down the hill, fell in a hole. We can't get her out. And El Fuego and Parker went, well, that was really silly, Aunty Lisa. You're really silly, Aunty Lisa. And Aunty Lisa went, I know. My head, it really hurts. Ooh, wait a minute. There's something down here. And El Fuego and Parker and Aleksander and Kristoffer went, Aunty Lisa now, you've had a bump to the head. Don't do anything silly, will you? And Aunty Lisa said, me? I never do anything silly. Apart from when I went down the hill on that scooter and fell in this hole and bumped my head because I didn't have a helmet on. And I hadn't checked that there wasn't a giant hole at the bottom. But apart from that, I never do anything silly. But then she did something silly. What you gonna do with these aunties, eh? She went and a little bit of investigating. And she scrabbled around and she had her backpack on with her torch. And she went, ooh! There's like underground tunnels and stuff down here. What? OMG, you guys, you've got to come down here and check this out. It's amazing. I don't know which way to go. Hang on, I'll just stroll down this. No, you're right. I should wait for you. So, Aleksander and Kristoffer, realising that Aunty Lisa was not coming straight back up for anybody, said, okay. And they got a rope and they tied it to a tree. And all four of them climbed down the rope. Down the tunnel. And they arrived at the bottom of the hole. And they went, this was a really deep hole, Aunty Lisa. And they checked out her head with a little torch. Did that thing in her eyes to make sure that she hadn't got concussion. You know when you shine a torch in someone's eyes? And it turned out she didn't have concussion, which was just very lucky. And she said, look at all these tunnels. Where do you think they go? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, I don't know, Aunty Lisa. Why are we whispering? And Aunty Lisa said, I don't know either. Shall we talk normally, yeah? And they said, yeah, that'd be a really good idea, actually, Aunty Lisa. And Parker and Fuego like, oh, God. So silly. Okay. How about we pick a tunnel, we go down it and see what's there. Then we come straight back out because we should probably get back home soon because people will be worried. And Aunty Lisa said, oh, fine. Okay, then. Fine. So, off they went with their torches and night vision goggles, which actually you can't use with the torches. So, they turned off their torches and put on their night vision goggles. And they all went down. And they looked around. And they were like, oh, what? And do you know what was down there? Well, they found, sticking out of the ground down at the bottom of the tunnel, was a dinosaur bone. Dun dun dun. It was a big bone. And it was like this shape. And Kristoffer went, I've seen that bone somewhere before. I think it must be an Ankylosaurus. The Pura of the dinosaur worlds. God, let's dig it up. So they started digging a little bit with their hands. But they realised that was actually really sore on the fingers. And then they went along a little way, and do you know what else they found? They found some big teeth. Pointy ones. And Kristoffer said, those teeth don't belong to any Ankylosaurus. Those teeth belong to a T-Rex. Maybe we found a skeleton of a T-Rex that was eating an Ankylosaurus when something terrible happened, like an earthquake. Whoa, this is one of the most epic finds of all archaeology ever. And Aleksander said, well, guess what I found over here? And do you know what he'd found over there? He'd only gone and found a brontosaurus. And it seemed like they'd all been having like a tea party or something, and then maybe a volcano exploded, and they went and died, and that's where their fossils were left. And they said, oh, we have got to phone Andy. He is going to be beside himself with excitement when he hears about this. So, that is what they did. They phoned up Andy. And Andy, wow. Initially, after being woken up, hello, guys. Why are you calling me at 4 a.m. It's not time to get out of bed yet. And Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa and Fuego and Parker went, sorry, Andy, but we found the most amazing prehistoric find possibly ever. We found the fossils of an Ankylosaurus. And Andy went, yeah, we found those before. Ugh. And with a T-Rex. Ooh. And a Brontosaurus. And we haven't even explored all the tunnels yet. You've got to get here quick. Somebody's clearly been exploring this location already. And they might just going to sell the bones on eBay. And Andy said, you're right. We've got to get quickly into action. We must protect that site. We've got to find out what's going on with those dinosaurs. Surely they can't have all been in the same place at the same time. This isn't Dinosaur Train. Well, maybe it was Dinosaur Train. Who knows? So, Andy got up straight out of bed. He didn't even have a shower. He didn't brush his teeth. He didn't have his breakfast. He just got out of bed, didn't even get changed. Pyjamas still on. And drove straight down to the woods. Andy, as it turns out, also owns a motorbike, because that's what you do on a motorbike. And he turned up, climbed down the rope, got out his torch. Everyone in their night vision goggles went, ah, my eyes! Ow! Ooh, Andy, turn off your torch. Ah, we'll lend you the night vision goggles. It's too bright. Put on night vision goggles and he went, oh, this is the most amazing find ever. Thank goodness you found it. How did you find it? Then they told him the story of Aunty Lisa falling down the hole. And Andy went, Aunty Lisa, that was really irresponsible. You should have been wearing a helmet and you should always check where you're going when you're on a scooter. Never, ever, ever do that again. And Aunty Lisa went, I'm really sorry. I won't do it again, I promise. And Andy said, okay then. Right. Well, I'm going to have to call up everybody at the Natural History Museum and make sure that this site is protected so that scientists can learn more about all of these amazing animals. And everyone went, yay, what a great idea, Andy. Now we just need to get back out of this hole. So they all went back to find the rope. But the rope, the bandits had taken the rope. And they were at the top of the hole going, why are you in our hole? Those are our dinosaur bones and we're going to sell them on eBay for loads of money. We don't even care about the science or learning about how those animals lived. We just want to make loads of money and you guys are ruining it. So you can stay down in that hole till you become just bones as well. And Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa and Fuego and Parker and Andy went, ow! Never! So, they called up Chad. Chad is the coolest of the coolest police officers ever. Aleksander and Kristoffer have speed dial to Chad. Bing! And they went, we'll see about that, you bandits. And they called up Chad. They said, hey, Chad. And Chad went, oh, God, you guys, why you call me in the middle of the night? I was having the best dream. What's up? And Aleksander and Kristoffer explained the whole story. And Chad went, okay, that's a pretty good reason to call me in the middle of the night. I'll be right there. Chad came round with all of his police officer mates in helicopters. And they surrounded the area. And they all whizzed down on ropes. And the bandits went, ah! And they tried to run away, but Chad was too fast for them. He got out a super blaster net gun. And it went, pow! And the net went pow! All over all the bandits who got stuck in the net like, ah, help, help. And Chad said, you guys are under arrest for trying to take prehistoric bones and selling them on eBay when super scientists need to learn all about these animals. That's just not on, okay? You're going to jail. And that is exactly what he did. Took them all to jail. And that is where they still are today for being bandits. And then he set down another rope ladder and everybody climbed out. And then they all went out to the nearest cafe and had pancakes and ice cream with chocolate sauce for breakfast. And it was the best breakfast ever. And then the news reporters came and they had a big news report all about the amazing find that they'd found at the bottom of the hole. And Aunty Lisa had to say that she'd been really stupid when she found it. But actually now she knows it's very, very important to always wear your helmet when you go on a scooter and to never scoot at night. But then they said, wow, we're really glad you did for this occasion, but don't ever do it again, Aunty Lisa. And that was that. And they were world famous all over the world. Everyone said, what an amazing find. Aleksander, Kristoffer, Aunty Lisa, Fuego and Parker and Andy have found the most amazing set of dinosaur bones that has ever been found. And the scientists all celebrated. And everyone was happy. And that is the end of the story. Love you guys. Night night.